Hello, Dino here again, and welcome to Advanced Benefit number 29, the best solution when you lose hair from chemotherapy. Now, this is very, very important because a lot of people suffer from hair loss when they go through chemo, all right? Most people lose all their hair, some lose a majority of their hair, and also when their hair grows back, it not only grows back differently, but sometimes or most of the time, it doesn't all grow back. So this is the best solution when adding hair for chemotherapy hair loss. Here's the reason why. When you lose hair from chemotherapy, the doctors basically say, go get a wig, or will recommend you to a place to get a wig. And this is really tough for individuals going through chemotherapy. Losing their hair is an additional problem because now they have to wear a wig, and a wig makes you feel like you have something on your head. If anybody has ever worn a wig, try to wear a wig for a couple hours. You're going to be so happy when you take it off your head. Even the lightest wigs, there's beautiful wigs out there that are handmade, that are gorgeous wigs from a wig category, although you still feel something on your head and you're still covering your head and you walk around thinking about your hair all the time. So it's very difficult for anybody that wears wigs, especially people that have lost their hair through chemotherapy and they wear wigs. It's a very difficult thing to walk around with. So the invention of hair stranding by InvisaBlend changes all that. And the reason why is because when you add hair using the microstrand, remember the microstrand, as fine as hairs, 10 times stronger and translucent, so it disappears. And then we add one human hair at a time, and it looks like just hairs floating on the air. When this gets blended between your own hair, you don't feel anything. That's if you lost some of your hair. But let's go into if you lost all your hair. The microstrands, these here, if you haven't seen these in previous videos, these are made according to how much hair you have to contribute. So if you have less hair in an area, the openings are closer. If you have more hair in an area, the openings are wider. So in an area where you have no hair, bald like the palm of my hand, the opening becomes a 1 millimeter called an M1. I have no hair on the top of my head, and the opening right there, it's an M1. And you can see I run my hands through, that's an M1. The point of this is not only it looks like it's growing directly out of my scalp, or more importantly, each individual human hair looks like it's coming directly out of my scalp, no matter how close you get. Not only that natural factor, but I don't feel anything on my head. If I shoot a mist bottle of water, I feel it down to my scalp. If somebody puts a product and runs their hands through my hair, they don't even feel anything on. So this is the beautiful feel. Instead of wearing a wig, you'll feel like you have nothing on. You'll have full access to feel your scalp, all right? And you'll have an extremely natural look. Now, there's another stage to this. As your hair starts to grow back, we can then convert the M1 into a bigger opening. So as your hair grows back, now your hair has a place to grow in between. So this is the only method that's not only extremely natural and you don't feel like you have anything on, but this is the only method that will take you through any stage of losing hair through chemotherapy. And what I mean by that, let's say that you didn't lose all your hair. This will work. Let's say that eventually you lost all your hair. This is adjusted for a completely bald area like myself. Now, let's say now the chemotherapy is over and you're growing your hair back. You don't have to cover your hair, your new hair growing back. Then we open up the microstrand and now your hair's got somewhere to go in between. And now as you're growing your hair back, you can still have any length or any style you want while leaving your own hair growing freely and having free access to it. So in quick summary, this is the only method that is not only extremely natural and feels like you have nothing on, but it's also the only method that will take you through any stage of hair loss through chemotherapy. Whether you lost part of your hair or you lost part of it and then lost it all, and also on the regrowth back. It can attach on any head of hair, no matter how short, no matter how thin, and even when it's completely bald like mine. So stay tuned for our next advanced benefit number 30, and that is available to qualified professionals, salons, hair studios, and cosmetic medical companies. You're going to find this very interesting. See you soon.